Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I'm back. Quite a lot to talk about. I saw a recent tweet that says happily married Nigerians divorcing abroad. And I want us to talk about this. If you're watching on TikTok, I'll appreciate if you could help me reach my TikTok goal of 50 money guns. And special shout out to anyone who buys me a money gun. Very, very special shout out to anyone who gets me, who becomes my #1 gifter on TikTok. Very special shout out to you guys. I love you all on my TikTok. Big shout out to you. Like my video. The more you like it, the more viewers I would get. Like my videos. If you're watching on TikTok, share my video and like my video. Make sure you like my video. If you're watching on TikTok, help me so that I would also help you. Okay, I think that's my top gifter. Oh wow, I didn't know you could check my top gifter like that. Okay, is that my top gifter? Okay, if you're my top gifter on TikTok, okay, I don't have a top gifter yet. Big shout out to you guys. Share my video. My top gifter, I'm gonna make a lot of noise for you and everybody's gonna follow you. And if you want to watch on Facebook, remember to buy my stars. So let me go into the topic and then we'll pick things up from there. I read the tweet and the tweet says, yeah, it says, hold on a second guys, 1 second. Sorry, I had the page opened, but something just closed it. Okay, so here it is. Boy, something where I just opened now. This is it. Lawyer decries high rate of divorcees among happily married Nigerian couples after they relocate to the UK. You can find it on Linda Ikeji's blog. His name is Oloye TD Esquire. The rate at which happily married couples in Nigeria relocate to the UK only to divorce after 2 years. What is really happening in UK? Marriages are scattering every day. The Prince Ikechukwu says, remove your cap. Malalie, Malalie leni. What I will tell you today, to ba mu sniper die lo maku. Muma Ejo, please help me go to the Prince Ikechukwu's page. Onike mi bofila. Can you tell your father to remove his cap? The problem is you cannot even tell your father because you don't know your father. Omo alenye. Koto shenu borobi bosi abiku. Ma wo ponu. Jadanu lori live mi ma je nri MB by mo. How can you come to my life and be so disrespectful? So ni yani. Tó bá ti ẹ ní àti ẹ wẹ tó yá borrow a mother tó bá ní. Abambu yin sin wala ń bá àwọn supporters candidate kan. Wèrè ṣẹnu gọ̀gọ̀ bí pósí àbíkú. Ẹ má wò. Can I continue? Lack of home training. Does he have a home? No be person will get home, they go they train. Person will they born for side of gutter. You say you want give am home training. Now gutter training you go give am ọmọ tó bá gbé sórí bed á ṣubú sílẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀ tó rọ́mọ lẹ́lẹ́ ni. Can I please continue? Good. So this is a multifaceted, multi-dimensional problem because there are 2 or 3 things I'm going to touch on. And if you have experiences like these, it will be nice if you can share your experiences. Big shout out to everybody watching on TikTok. My target is 50 money guns. Help me meet my target. Special shout out to my top gifters. If you are my top gifter, I'll give you a special shout out. So let me see who my top gifters are. Let's talk about this in reality. First things first. When you marry a woman in Nigeria, she has no rights, or she has minimum rights. House of Gold just sent me a gift. Oh, wow. House of Gold. What's this you sent me? Oh, this is Madu. TikTok shuttle. Oh, man, never see that one before. House of Gold, God bless you. House of Gold is consistently one of my top gifters. House of Gold. Thank you so much. A TikTok shuttle. One saw me the Elon Musk. In fact, I don't turn Elon Church now. Hey, TikTok shuttle. I never see him before. They try find him. Oh boy, things they this TikTok. Oh. Thank you so much, my darling sister. Thank you. I appreciate you greatly. Please, everybody follow House of Gold on TikTok. Follow House of Gold on TikTok. So let me go back to what I was saying before. I was greatly and graciously interrupted by my beautiful friend House of Gold. Thank you so much, my number one gifter. Everybody follow House of Gold. You see, this is a multidimensional problem, and we need to address this. You see, women in Nigeria have no rights, while men abroad have no rights. We need to discuss this and discuss this properly. When you marry a woman in Nigeria, you are marrying from 2 points of view. You are marrying your property from the traditional and religious perspective. Or at best, you are marrying your assistant. That's the best. In Nigeria, the marriage is between a man and his property or a man and his assistant. I'll tell you a story for free. I know someone who is divorced, but tradition said she must return the children to the ex-husband. And she told the traditional leaders to F off. She told them to go and get some lubrication and have a nice soapy. Abroad, nobody is going to tell you to give a man his children. Nobody is going to tell a man abroad. You two people don't know that if I block you on YouTube, every comment you have typed on my page since the day Tombi Yae, all will disappear. In Nigeria, a woman gets divorced and loses everything if she's not careful. In Nigeria, if you divorce a woman, she has to give you back her children. I'll give you back your children. There are some cultures in Nigeria that make absolute no sense. A man is the dominant figure in every Nigerian religion, be it traditional, Christian, or Muslim. That's Christianity and Islam. The man is the dominant figure. If she doesn't have a child, then no problem. Once the woman has a child, the child belongs to the man. Now, Nigerian men are not particularly raised. Now, I gave the women their own. Now, let's talk to the men. Nigerian men are not particularly good when it comes to discipline. They are not domesticated. A man will cheat if he's unhappy. A man will cheat if he feels disrespected. A man will cheat just to show his ego. Men, or most men, believe that it is their right to cheat. I remember a story I heard of a man who took his girlfriend to Ogbomosho. He lives with his wife in Lagos and took his girlfriend to Ogbomosho. His wife now trailed him all the way to Ogbomosho. So as he and his girlfriend lodged into the hotel and started trying to relax, the wife started knocking on the door. Bah, bah, bah. I know you are inside the room, open the door. The guy opened the door and stood inside the door and said, "Shame yourself, where Tony. Shey I no run from you, rich. I run comot Lagos. I pass Ogun State. I pass Ibadan. I pass Oyo. I pass Oshogbo. I can't reach Ogbomosho. I no run from you, rich. With confidence." People in the hotel say, I know, ẹ ó sá fún yín tó now. Látòdìdí Èkó ẹ wá bí báyìí. Ọkùnrin kọ́ ni. Ntí ìran ọkùnrin ń ṣe nìyẹn. It is what men do. That was the excuse they gave her. I'll tell you another story. Someone I know had a police report, a doctor's report, that her ex-husband strangled her neck, almost spying her. She went to the police station. The police were advising her on how to fix the marriage. The police were advising her on how to fix the marriage. Then one of the police officers, who was a deaconess in the church, was advising her to get a boyfriend, and that is what she does. That, look, I have a man. This is a police officer. Prayed for her, finished praying for her, advised her to get a man but remain in the marriage. You see, Nigeria brings religion into anything. I was watching our lovely sister Hilda. What is it called? The Kukaton lady. And then her mother now comes and gives testimony to NSPDP. I can't begin the week. One of the things the mother said, if I remember hearing correctly, was that she's now hanging with kings, and she started mentioning the kings, Jide Sanwo-Olu and Oshibajo. Those are now the kings. I was now wondering, were these not the same people that people were trying to remove from office 3 months ago? All of a sudden, they've turned to kings. And all of a sudden, it's a testimony that God has lifted her up. She's moving with kings. And I'm sitting down and I'm wondering, but y'all complained about the elections that brought kings inside the... So I was a bit worried, and I was like, oh wow, kings. I love Sanwo-Olu, and to be honest, I think he will make a great governor for Lagos. But I remember the public didn't share that sentiment, to the point where the day I went to vote and I came back and did live, I said my voting place was peaceful. Everybody started shouting. All of a sudden, GRV has been forgotten. What happened to his mandate? Oh, kings happened. All right. So you can see the whole transition. This girl is cooking. The previous person that won the election, that held the record in India. There was no NSPDP, anything holding it down. It was just hard work. Blessing says, Oga rest abeg. Blessing. ẹ máa wò pò lórí gbàgàdà bíi péèlì agbépo. Èmi ni wọ́n bá sọ̀rọ̀ àbí ìyá ẹ̀ ń lé. Ní kí ìyá ẹ̀ lọ rest in peace wo lò ṣe olórí burúkú ìjádànù lórí live mi. Wèrè tí ẹ̀ mú náà lọ. I'm not attacking anybody, oh, please make una no vex, so because una know they like truth for this part of the world. Una know they like truth. Wait till I talk, we be lie. I was just surprised. That all of a sudden, Sanwo-Olu is now a king. I was like, were people not protesting against these same people how many days ago? I love the lady. I'm happy she's winning. But can we remove the religious narrative? Can we remove the testimony inside? It is all hard work. Please, let's remove the testimony. I beg you. Let's remove the testimony. I don't want to say anything much, but also there are so many things to appreciate. My mother's university, Afe Babala University, found a cure for COVID-19. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. I'm not saying Hilda is not doing well with the cookathon. Yes, we're proud of her. But can we talk about achievements like contribution towards global issues? Please, if you come to my live and say what God cannot do does not exist, the Bible clearly says it is impossible for God to lie. So that statement is a statement of a lie. What God can do exists. The Bible uses the Greek word adinaton, impossible. God cannot lie. And block we read and please. Don't ever come to my life and ever say that nonsense, what God cannot do does not exist. Utter nonsense. Don't bring it here. Carry it to when you are doing your NSPDP. No, Mark Bewasi live me, Joe. Can we please continue? So you see, that narrative that religion is so important is also going to lose its stronghold once you cross the Atlantic. Someone said there's nothing God cannot do. It's a babanla lie. There are things God cannot do. God cannot lie. God cannot lie. Who can read Bible for me? Does anybody here have Bible? Let me look for somebody that can read Bible for me. You see, my problem with you people, you will not hear word. Instead of you to settle down and listen and learn, you'll be arguing. Then I'll now spend the whole time that I'm supposed to use to discuss important matters, proving to you things. Never say I be Antichrist. Ogun ayé tó dààmú fádà ẹ. Ó jàjẹkù fún ẹ. Ìyá máa jẹ bí ẹ̀gbẹ́ iṣu. Ṣọmọ tó ń jẹ ẹ̀gbẹ́ iṣu bí ìyá ṣe máa jẹ láti èní lọ nìyẹn. Let me block all of you. Please, I'm blocking gbogbo àwọn wèrè tó ń sọ òṣì lórí. God cannot do stupid things like your pastors. Please. Please. Where are they? So you're telling me that God can drink sniper and pie? I let Yahweh say. So you are saying God can drink sniper and pie? You are saying God can hang himself? Can we please move away from all this? Please. Anybody that mentions anything like God, I will just remove you from my life, I beg. In the meantime, I still want to read Bible. I need somebody that can read Bible. I have to read that Bible for you. Samaria, go and bring Bible. You read Bible today. Just one verse. Just one verse. Then you talk about marriage things. We record what type was by Chioma Ewekelebim. Please don't carry another man's office and come and type it on my office. Chioma Ewekelebim. Don't bring another man's office where they take walk, take fly private jets. Sit down for private jet lounge. No bring them. Come my this is my own office. If you want advertise them, pay. We go advertise them for you. Then rapture dan Koloba father. We in titi new. Now wakash the waka for road. They enter Okada. They advertise for person with the fly private jet. Somebody say now everybody I want to remove. I don't remove like 50 people, still remain 700. Now you be the way. I go remove anybody when they mad today. Now today I go cure your madness. Samaria, open Bible. I need you to read Bible for me. Just one Bible verse, that's all.
Okay, make I get my Bible. Make I use phone.
Use phone. You do okay.
Okay, shoot.
Hebrews chapter 6 verse 18.
Hold on a second.
Hebrews chapter 6 verse 18.
Okay, let me see. And it says, God did this so that by two unchangeable things in which it is impossible for God to lie.
It is what?
God did this so that by two unchangeable things in which it is impossible for God to lie.
It is impossible for God to lie. Now me talk him.
And he continued by saying, we who have fled to take hold of the hope set before us.
The Bible says God did this so that by two unchangeable things, meaning that even God cannot change those things, because God cannot lie. It doesn't say God cannot lie. It says it is impossible for God to lie. So let me ask you again, reading this Bible verse, what God cannot do, does he exist or does he not exist?
God cannot lie, so it does not, it does exist, which is he cannot lie.
Thank you very much. Now, let me continue. Please, just stay with me. Mute your mic. Stay with me. So, let's talk about this. In Nigeria, your marriage is based on your traditional and religious precepts. Religion is giving a strong what would my you know if you're having problems in your marriage in Nigeria, your mother will take you to where first? Pastor. They will pray for you. They will set up fire altar for you. They will carry your name to all the prayer people. Then they will carry your matter to the elders. I want to beg you in the name of God. If you are abroad, who will carry your matter? Go elders. Which pastor they go refer you to? Unless the pastor has, and if you can decide I don't want to go to the pastor. What they can impose upon you is counseling. Right? Now, when the pastor in Nigeria judges a marital matter, he will use the Bible. Amen? When a pastor judges a marital matter in Nigeria, he will use the Bible. Let me tell you, the Bible is not fair to women. Samaria, do you agree that the Bible is not fair to women?
Tell me and tell us more.
Very good. You will read another Bible for me today, Samaria.
They say you are leaving the topic that they're interested in.
Don't worry. We are talking about everything. We need to establish everything. If we don't, anybody that's saying that, leave them, they are idiots. Please show me the person, let me remove him. Matthew chapter 15 verse 38. Read it. Matthew chapter 15 verse 38. Matthew 15:38. Read it. I don't tell you, be like say ofe ponu ni nkaji faith. Be like say you want make I shake pay for you. You dey mad ni. What God cannot do does not exist. Join us at when? We are not joining ni. You are joining prayer. Your pastor is flying jet. Since your mama born you, don't enter business class before. Let me finish. Since your mama born you, don't enter ordinary lounge before. No. Make we talk. Me and you make we talk. You dey ride Okada. They enter Danfo. You dey tell people say make they call another person office. Oponu ni. Since your mama born you, you don't ever enter inside ordinary S class. Let me say you dey fly business class. Jordan Ukuron be by. I've not entered anything. Liar. Show me your picture where you entered business class before. I dare you. I will post it. Please read the Bible verse I gave you, my darling sister.
Matthew 15:38 says that, and they that did eat were 4,000 men, beside women and children.
So the people that ate were how many?
4,000 men. The women and children were not inclusive.
Were not included, but they ate.
They said, and they that did eat were 4,000 men, beside women and children.
So is it that you have two interpretations? Is that the women did not eat?
They didn't eat.
Or they ate and were not counted?
Okay, they were not counted. Maybe they ate, but they were not counted.
So,
but it looked like they were not inclusive in the counting.
So, do you want me to give you another Bible verse?
Please, let's throw more light on this one.
Okay. So, what this Bible verse means is they probably had 20,000 people, but they only counted the men. So they came up with a number 4,000 because women and children were classified in the same group. Is that not an insult to women? Explain it to me. They did not say women and mothers. They did not say women and, they said women and children. They were classified like children, women and children. Men were counted, but women and children were not counted. Do you want to read it again?
No, I'm seeing it here. It does make sense.
Okay, I'll give you another one real quick. First Corinthians chapter 14 verse 34 and 35.
First Corinthians
34 14 34.
Okay. And it says, and it was Paul writing, the woman should keep silent in the churches.
That's 30.
Oh, sorry. Okay, the way he said as in all the churches of the saints. Then the 34 says that the women should keep silence in the church, for they are not permitted to speak, but should be in submission, as the law also says.
I want to give you another verse inside this. So read verse 35.
Verse 35. Okay. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. For it is a shame for women to speak in the church.
Now me talk. So when I tell you, listen, I am a biblical scholar. This book you are looking at, I did not read it in English. English Bible na Yahoo. I read it in the original language it was written. So when I make a statement of fact, for me to prove it is easy. Please read 33, 34, and 35 again. I beg you.
Okay, so this 35, this is Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 14:35. It says here.
No, 34. Sorry, 33, 34, 35. The three, so that they can hear.
Okay, let me go 33. So 33 says, "For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints." Now 34 now says that as in all the churches of the saints, the women should keep silence in the churches, for they are not permitted to speak, but should be in submission, as the law also says. And if they desire to learn anything, they should ask their own husbands at home, for it is improper for a woman to speak in church.
Okay, so you have this Bible verse, and you have pastor. Look at somebody commented. When the Bible says men, it means both men and women. But the Bible spoke of women.
What did I say besides women and children?
Thank you. Allah will load do their eye. And if Forrest Gump, low IQ of 70 and below. That's them. This thing where you talk, Butch man. See, you know, if your name no even get direction, be like your destiny. It don't look like say your papa look your destiny, can't use and name you. Your destiny be like a Moeba, now so your name to be shapeless. Today you wake up, tomorrow you sleep. You know your life no get progression, no get linear direction. It's just everywhere. No come my life, come talk nonsense. My mouth no good. Oh. So when you have these, because I'm going somewhere with this. When you have this book in the hands of ignorant illiterates, people listen. If you are taught the spirituality of the Nigerian church, you know what you're actually taught. You are taught to denounce critical thinking. So the people who are solving your problems are people who have denounced critical thinking. They took an oath and said, "Father, from today I will never think again." So they are picking a book. I was watching a Jewish scholar the other day. The Jewish scholar was talking about the almond tree. And the Hebrew word for the almond tree rhymes with to watch. So when God mentions the almond tree, he can mention it in the context of watching. The whole poetry of that Hebrew book is lost. You can't get one high school dropout where do one or two miracles like Ezekiel. Ezekiel no do any miracle for my life. Oh, Ezekiel no they lie up and down. You don't they lie say you heal person for my life. We bring 5 people, you no heal any. Ezekiel no do miracle for my life. Oh,
bring him money. I was asking him to come and do something. I mean, he didn't turn up.
Ezekiel, everything we asked you to do, you did nothing. No, you did. Meanwhile, Ezekiel go carry one of his guys, say make he call him, come they from London, come they from saying heal him. The 5 people where we give you, may you heal. How many you heal inside Ezekiel? I just talk, say make I talk this one again because I remember. So you have a high school dropout who choreographs 1 or 2 miracles, and then all of a sudden becomes an anointed man of God, who is going to base his understanding of marriage on Nigerian tradition. Women must be submissive. In fact, women must be quiet. And then he's going to base his judgment on that. So in Nigeria, if me and you, Samaria, are married and we have conflicts, where are we going to get conflict resolution from?
Nowhere.
Our parents?
The pastors and
our parents? Our elders? And our religious leaders. In these 3, have you ever gone to meet your mother with a marital problem? Your mother say, don't worry, you have to endure. You know what your father put me through?
It's the normal for us.
A woman goes to meet her own mother and tells her mother that her husband is cheating on her. And what her mother advises is, my darling daughter, you have to persevere. Let's put things to prayer.
The village people at work.
Village people at work, they don't want you to have a happy home. Your father did worse, but I persevered. Look at us now. So your mother is going to give you the same type of advice your pastor is going to give you. We will talk to him. No pastor wants divorced church members, so they try to keep people together as much as possible.
True.
Your pastor, your leaders, and your parents will all give you the same type of advice. They will tell you things. Someone said that's a good mother. Any mother that tells her child that is enabling foolishness. Let's be telling ourselves the truth. If your mother tells you to stay in a bad marriage, your mother does not have sense. If she had sense, she will advise you accordingly. A mother should tell her daughter to work on her marriage, but not sit down and endure nonsense. I've seen a father tell his daughter that if your husband likes, make it buy you, go divorce him. I don't hear that kind of stupidity before. You want to tell me that man is wise?
Now, see, here's the thing, and that's why when they go overseas, you realize that most of them were never happy in those marriages.
Let me finish. I'm still going there. I am still going there. If you are enjoying my life, please send me money gone. House of Gold is still my #1 gifter. Please, everybody, follow House of Gold. Somebody said you can't hear me. Someone says senseless mother, that's a curse from God. God commanded me to come and open your brain. That is part of your problem. That is part of your problem. When your parents don't know, you need to understand that your parents don't know. Yesterday, I was having lunch with my son. My son was lecturing me on global politics, on things that I either had partial knowledge or some I had no knowledge of. I sat down and I thought about it. I said, I thank God that I raised this boy to quest after knowledge. His mates are speaking in tongues already. Me, I tell my parents straight. I don't know which of my parents called me one day and started advising me how to make money or how to invest my money. Now I call them as I say, come, please, how much money do you have? Are you richer than me? Because what me I know is people that should advise me how to do my money is Bill Gates them. I've learned it the hard way. What a part of our problem in Nigeria is our parents. I tell them all the time. Part of our problem in Nigeria, they handed this country over to them in 1960. What did they do with it? The first thing they did was to go to fight war against each other. And they've been fighting from them till now. While other countries, listen, in 1960, Singapore was collecting aid. China was collecting aid. Today, Singapore and China are giving aid. We were collecting aid then, we are still collecting aid now. What did your parents do in this country?
Pioneers.
So you go to meet your parents with marital problems. They will teach you what they did to stay inside their bad marriages. Your mother was cheated on does not mean you should be cheated on. If your mother tells you to stay in a marriage, it's not like your husband loves you, but he flings once in a while, which is still bad. Say your husband gets side chick, and you know the side chick, and you and the side chick on the quarrel. Then they go tell you, say, outside no good. Nah, lie. I'm a divorcee. The moment I ended my first marriage, now in my life begin the good. I am a living testimony that divorce can be the best thing that happened in your life. Anyway, in that regard, I thank my parents. None of them said I should stay inside bad marriage. I thank my parents for that. As I'm talking to you, now my mama pay my lawyer, my first lawyer where I collect for my divorce. Now my mama bring out the money. Now my sister find the lawyer. We know they, for my family, we know they inside bad marriage, stay there. And let me tell you, I don't have woman problem. The moment I file for divorce, I look for my next wife. Within a year, I had moved on. I have an 8-year-old son. I no get woman problem. I no be those kind men we go find woman, they no go see. Baba, onja they need one replace here immediately me. As you are leaving, they are replacing you. So please, people wake up. Now, in Nigeria, men can easily remarry. Abroad is the totally different opposite. Because abroad, you will be paying heavily for your first marriage. So when you want see money to take marry the second one, you when they don't help you divide, they don't help you carve your salary. They don't help you carve your salary. Now, sometimes your Kia looks good until you get into a Mercedes. Your Kia looks manageable. Your Kia looks like, wow, I have a nice car. Let me tell you something here. I used to drive a Toyota, and I love Toyotas. Toyotas are great. But Baba, if you hear the Burmester sound system in my Mercedes Benz, when it hits you with a bass note, you hear the you will feel it river, as in you are driving in the Mercedes and it's like you are in a cocoon, alienated, like they put you inside bottle, they sealed you. Even the people shouting, they go slow, you'll be hearing them. You'll be hearing if you're inside downfall and they press on, if you're inside Mercedes, you hear the horn. Pum, pum. Baba, you are driving the Mercedes. The first day I took my daughter out in my Mercedes Benz 2022 AMG. There is a camera that is floating on top of the car. You will not see the camera. It will show you the roof of the car. My daughter said, Daddy, please, where is this camera shooting from? I said, me too, I don't know. From the top of the car, you'll be seeing everywhere. You'll be seeing all the Omoalis that are trying to... You'll be seeing everybody. So, when you are used to driving Kia, you will think you have arrived until you enter that Mercedes. Then when you get out of that Mercedes and enter Rolls Royce, you now realize that, even that Mercedes is on the way. But you will never enter Rolls Royce before. You would praise your Kia. Say, boy, I just buy a new car. That is how Nigerian marriage is. You will think your marriage is really good until you go abroad and realize how many rights you have or how much rights you have. So a woman getting abroad realizes that she doesn't have to shut up in church anymore. She doesn't have to shut up. Let me tell you what happened to a guy that I brought to my life. Truck driver. Came home one day and caught his wife in bed. You watched the video. Samaria, were you not there with us that day? Truck driver in America came to give his story on my live. He said he came home one day after driving for one straight week to go and earn money to feed his family. And he saw a man in his bed with his wife. And he called the police. And the police said they could not drive the man out because he's his wife's guest. It was, if you were here on my live, the video is on YouTube. The video is on Facebook. Folaiton was there. The guy said, police said they no fit drive him comot because the man and wife guessed. Then they went to therapy. And all of a sudden, the woman who used to listen to her mother in Nigeria, all of a sudden has a therapist that is listening to her. And the woman says, the therapist asked her, says, why are you cheating on him? And he says, because he's never available for me. And the therapist looks at the man and says, why are you never available? You go to your mother and tell your mother that the reason why you cheat on your husband is because your husband is not aware. Your mother will slap you in front of your husband. But the therapist told the man who is being cheated on to go and make time for his wife. He gave his story here.
Yes, mommy.
The guy will be driving his truck and his CCTV camera will show his wife's boyfriend driving out in his Benz. Watch that video. So all of a sudden, your marriage that is so good, you now get abroad and you realize you can do all these and your husband cannot. Then all of a sudden, you in Nigeria, you are living in Nigeria, you are cooking, cleaning the children, doing all the housework, and then you go abroad, and then all of a sudden, your husband has to join you cooking and cleaning. They no born and well. He reach why me, I know they live abroad. Well, as you they see me, I know if you wash ordinary plates. But I know say if I go abroad, I must wash. So you follow what I know they wash, I know they go. The way Nigerian men are pampered in Nigeria, you will, the moment you bring in enough money, you are going to be pampered. Your wife will, abroad, you will bring in enough money and you will still throw away dustbin. You will still sit down and do school run. You will still sit down and do house cleaning. You will still sit down and do homework. One day my ex told me to come and do homework with speaking. I tell her, I say the homework where they give me for primary 2 till today I still never do them. You want make I do another person homework? If you don't know your homework, make you go school, make the talk saying below do. But I know if you do homework with Peking, no be downgrade. I never do my own since that time. I only do another person own. Till today, my primary 4 homework, they where they write and leave me. I know say they go beat me cane the next day. So I don't go do them, I go cane, go school, go collect the cane. Now Mumu they do homework that year. All the homework where they give me for primary 4 all day where they write, I long lost the whole book. Then you can't tell me something I sit down with Peking, they do homework now for Emma, you wanna go tie me rope. But if I lived abroad, they're not born well. I go do homework, I go do project, I go carry the Peking go swim, I'll carry the Peking go do football where I don't like, I go still carry the Peking go watch the football, go play the football, baba. So all of a sudden, the woman goes from a housemaid to a queen. All of a sudden, she realizes that, oh my God, I've got some power here. She doesn't, if she runs to anybody, the advice they will give her is the opposite of advice they will give her in Nigeria. Opposite of advice. Now, when you live abroad, just understand that house girl is how much, driver is how much, gate man is how much. I know some of my friends that have 4 policemen guarding their house. I remember what a friend of mine told his wife one day. The wife called him and said, darling, I'm scared. I said, baby, there are 4 mopos guarding the compound. Why are you scared? Go to the Samaria. What country are you living in?
US.
If you want to have 4 mopo guarding your house, how much will you pay?
I don't even need it.
Just imagine, say you won't get and say you'll be child lady. 4 mobile police. You will not even get. Who will give you police?
I wonder.
What are you that they will give? How many police did they give Donald Trump?
How many do you even see on the road guiding somebody?
Guiding somebody, as in. Meanwhile, Nigerian man get escorts. And nobody say be politician, nobody say be businessman. Just say he get money. Whether na Yahoo you do, nobody know. In the UK, who will give you police to be following you up and down in Romania? Where will you even see house girl? They told me salary of cleaner is 400 euro a month. That's the least you can pay a human being. 400 euro a month.
That's cheap. You can't even pay nanny 1,000
Baba,
a month.
400 euro. 400
500
euro is about 200 and something thousand naira. About 300,000 naira. Which house girl for Nigeria they earn 300,000 naira? The highest house girl you could get now 70,000.
And if you just to keep an eye on 3 children for 6 days is 1,700, I was told.
1,700 is 1 point something million for 3 days.
No, for 6 days. Just to stay in their house, not even in your own house. Just keep an eye on them while they go to school and come back. 1,700.
Let me calculate that for you, wey be Olodo. Make you know how much you be. $1,700.
It's very cheap. 400 is very cheap a month. Honestly, super cheap.
1.2 million naira. 1.2 million naira. That is how much it will take you to watch over your own children for one week, basically. Let's have this conversation. So you go from Nigeria, where you are a maid. The average Nigerian wife is a housemaid, glorified. The richer the husband, the more your role as a housemaid, unless you have an understanding husband who wants to upgrade you. Igbo people will say, is he feeding you? Is he feeding your children? Is he taking care of your house? Then you have nothing to complain about unless he's beating you. So my husband is not talking to me. My husband is ignoring me. They will tell you to go and find out why. And if the husband comes, I say, why are you not talking to your wife? And he'll say, because I'm busy. From morning to night, I have to make this money. No Nigerian elder will tell you don't make money. Talk to your wife. They will call your wife aside. It's like, you like poverty. Your husband is working. Did you ever catch him with a woman? No. And you want him to come and sit down and be plaiting your hair, Abby. But then all of a sudden you go abroad and that issue gets a listening ear. Marriages that are successful abroad are marriages that the woman understands her power but relinquishes it to her man. Abroad, the woman is so powerful she can make you homeless in one night. Just one phone call, you are homeless. Even if at the end of the day they go and they see that she was lying, you will leave that house that night first. Standard. Even if tomorrow they now come and they find out that she was raising a false alarm, blah 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 blah. That night you will be taken out of that house. So a woman that knows her power but is ready to relinquish that power to a man is the type of woman that can survive abroad. Let me give you a story. I have Jay Shiki right here. Jay Shiki's husband took away her children. She has not seen them till today. And there's nothing she can do. That will never happen abroad. That will never happen abroad.
Unless he goes into hiding, they'll issue an alert anyway for a missing child.
Any day he uses his ATM, they will pick him. Because once they issue an alert on you, they are watching your phone. Do you think they don't have access to your phone? It's because you never do anything way big. How do you think that they catch those people when they go school, go shoot? Within 48 hours, they don't find them. They will locate the cell site, the last cell site they used, the last place they used their ATM card, the last place they logged in online. For you to do that kind of thing and get the ambition, say you won't get away with them, Baba, you go off the grid. No ATM, no phone, nothing on your body that is trackable. E.T. Cruz says, my wife's boyfriend and my wife chase me comot house. Daddy Freeze, Fear UK. Please, E_T Cruz, I want to bring you live. Please, my brother. E_T Cruz. Please. Come and tell them your story. E_T Cruz. Where are you, brother? E_T Cruz. Okay, I'm trying to get it spelled. I hope you can come though, because most people don't like coming. E_T Cruz. All right, I've sent him a request. Thank you so much. So if you're watching my live on TikTok, remember my #1 gifter Omo, my money gone. They said I did not achieve my target to You people are not nice, so you don't help me achieve my money gone target to. They said I've not achieved it. I'm setting it up again. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, my money gone target. 20 money guns. Let's do this quickly, sharp, sharp. Let's do this. Tomorrow we'll do gold mine. My money gun target. We have 20 money guns. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Who's going to help? If you're enjoying this live on TikTok, big shout out to Boazizi Leon, my number 3 gifter. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Buy me money guns on TikTok. If you're watching on Facebook, remember to send me stars. Ike Dara sent me stars. Malabo Fumi sent me 200 stars. Ike Dara, Ife Dara sent me 310 stars. First person to send me 1,000 stars gets a special shout out. Where's the guy I invited? He could not come.
He said he can't come. He's got a case, ongoing case, so he can't come.
Can you imagine? I am still in family court. I would have come live, but don't want to breach the court order. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So I actually want to, you know what? Let me allow you to talk, Samaria, and let's pick it up from there.
Daddy Freeze, thank you. You said it all. The truth is, like you rightly said, women back home, most of them are not happy. And situations and the fact that they are just dependent on these men won't let them work it, coupled with religious reasons and family-related issues. But when they make their way out of those environments, you see that now they've come to a different place where it works differently, like you rightly said. And some of them get the seeds. They are still good women that would keep their home even no matter where they go with their husbands. So, but these ones that are not informed, we use the word not informed. Informed can be they either are not happy for some reasons, or they are not being treated right in their marriages. They're just there passionate and leaking. Or those of them that are not really exposed, that that are not aware that they will come to a place where they will have rights and they will even get paid even with their rights. So some of them that are not really that informed and exposed, when they go to such countries, they tend to seize the opportunity. They grab it and that's it. Some of them want to get loose. They let the things they see to just take over them. It's a sad situation, but I must say that most women, there was this movie I saw, it's titled Pen Life. And the movie's on Netflix. It says it's a Pen Life, right? I don't want to use the word, it's X Life. That's the title. That movie is so cool. And that's what is happening in reality. Everyone is patching, everyone is women. We are pretending for some religious reasons. We keep pretending. But the truth deep down us is most of us don't even get it the way we like, with whomever we mess up with. But we keep patching it. But once they come out where people do it anyhow, they don't care. No one is crucifying them for doing it anyhow they like. You can come out, you can wear whatever you want to wear without somebody telling you to cover up what you've got on. You see them, they want to go out and explore. They miss exploring. Now they have help. They will even get you to pay them, and they want to benefit from the government as well. You can get paid a lot of money. They want to declare themselves single. That way they get paid, and even have the so-called husband pay them if care is not taken. So they just grab these opportunities. They can grab anyhow. They can grab it, and it's a very sad thing. It's a sad situation.
All right, we have my sister here. Hello.
Hello, Daddy Freeze.
All right, share your story with us. Tell us.
It's my friend's story that I wanted to share.
Okay.
Her story was she got married here in Nigeria. They located in UK, and funny enough, when they were in Nigeria, she said the husband used to maltreat her and all that. Like as you said, Igbo now, they will tell you that it's the woman that guides the home. As you said, I was listening to you, everything you said, you are right. So they keep on telling her to just manage your home. This your husband is bringing money, your husband is taking care of the kids. What do you want? But mentally, she's not okay. She's not happy. She's not happy. So when went to UK, you know, she started mingle, you know, have friends. They call it gist now, and all those kind of things. They say, I say, hi, the husband. So she now mentioned it is. They say, telling her, for what? What reason? This and that. You also don't have a right. This, that. So when she mentioned it, she told me, I told her that I don't want that. For me, marriage, I know they put more for marriage. Because it's better for you to start walk away by yourself. So some of them, they walk away. Tomorrow, they go lie down on top bed with the man. They go use you settle. So at the end of the day, she left the man. The man started making noise, calling people in Nigeria, calling the parent, and that she has brought the daughter abroad, that the daughter texts her, this and that, this. He even lied that the daughter followed another man. But not knowing that, yes, she has friends, you understand, that talk to her, but not knowing that the man also repeated her when she was treating her. You understand? When the man was treating her in Nigeria, he carried the same hand again, come UK. Do you understand? This one, what happened was they went for party. So the girl wanted to take one wine and his alcohol. So the way he shouted at the girl, you understand, in public, the girl was shocked. You know, when person they beat you, you know, hey, they beat your wife. You know, those that emotional trauma. You get answers to get throw the cup away. You understand? Everybody there was like, what? You know, they started talking to the man, this and that. So with that, that's the reason why they get and left him. Because they carry that same hand when they use the students for Nigeria, go abroad. Which is very, very bad. There's some things our parents don't open up to us. Let's be sincere. Let's stop hiding. A lot of things our parents don't open up to. They don't tell us the truth. They just want us. Our parents will tell us everybody carry for class. Man, they know who carry the last test. Who be the first to carry last one. You understand? Tell people the truth. Tell your children the truth. Tell them the way it is. And encourage them to be good. Encourage them that this is. Tell them the reality.
But you know that women are not the only victims.
I don't know that married women, they are suffering from mental breakdown. They are not okay.
But you know, women are not the only victims. I know I've met few guys on the social media that confided and cried out to me because of the way the ladies that went to Nigeria to bring them over here are treating them.
Okay, I want to talk about something. I want to bring a guy too, because so far not just babes. I don't bring cum. So I want to bring a guy. But before I bring any guy, you guys are not nice. 800 and something people watching my live. And none of you can come and buy my stars. So I'm going to suspend the live for a few minutes and allow you guys to go to Facebook. If you're watching on TikTok, remember my top gifter will be followed. Hi for Lighton. And a special shout out to my top gifter. I'm looking for 20 money guns. Make that happen if you're watching on TikTok. Share my video, like the video so we can get more stuff. Somebody said, oh God, forget gift. If you talk like that, I will block you. So you be inside fire. Rapture. We that can know. All right, guys. So if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Instagram, this is what you do. Go to Facebook. Search for Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. This is what my handle looks like on Facebook. Scroll down to today's video. That's me there. I have to put the phone is almost dead. I have to put it down so I can recharge it. That's what Facebook looks like. Click on the video. Bottom left hand corner, you will see how to buy stars. So let's before we continue with the topic, let's do a bit of a shout out to the people who are buying my stars. So come on over to Facebook and come and buy my stars. Oh yeah. Hey, I thought I was bringing a guy. For like, turn are you?
Yeah.
Hi.
Sorry, a guy said he was a victim. One King Firm said he was a victim as well. Maybe you should bring him.
All right. Let me bring King Fred. Now, Queen Darlene, can I please remove you? But the problem is if I... Or remove yourself. Let me see if you'll be removed.
Oh, okay. Okay, Daddy.
Please, so that I can bring this guy. You know, Samaria started with me. All right, please, Queen Darlene, I need, if you leave, I'm looking at the live and I'll see if you've actually left so that I can bring somebody else. Let me have a guy. In the meantime, while we're waiting for this guy, big shout out, extremely big shout out to Chi My B. One money gun, and House of Gold also sent me one money gun. Very big shout out to you guys. Apparently Hilda has set the new world record. Congratulations, Hilda. Okay, we continue with that, and let's learn to also give credit to hard work. It's not everything in Nigeria is God. God has given us brain and hand to work. Okay, so I'm still waiting. Before we continue, I need... Oh yes, thank God she has left. Ah, that's a good girl. She actually did leave. So guys, come on over to Facebook. Come and buy my stars. Make this happen. Who is the guy that... Someone said DF knows very beautiful women. Trust me, I do. So who's the guy that wants to come live? Who's the guy that wants to come live? You were mentioning a guy. In the meantime, while we're waiting, I've not seen any stars from you people. Go to Facebook and go and buy my stars. Stingy people, stingos. I should leave everything I'm doing and come and sit down and be giving you sweet topics. So take 800 of you gather. Do you know the average Nigerian church cannot sit more than 200 people? So there are more people watching me live than people gather on Sunday in church. And then you want me to you want me to be doing it free of charge. You think I don't have other things to do? There's no badge on Instagram. I don't have badge. That's why. Oh yeah. What's the name of the guy? The guy who said he wants to share his story. What's his name?
Fam. Something King Fam.
King Fam. I can't see him. Oh. King Fam, send me a request.
I can't.
He's the guardian of the
You
brethren.
need to pin your account. Someone said you should pin your account.
Oh, Chino Black, God bless you. 100-131-7326. Zenith Bank. Anybody can help me with that too. 100-131-7326. Oh yeah. Where is the king guy? 100-131-7326. The G's, they sweet una. The comment section, they sweet una. I have seen some people you can buy badges on. Yes, they get it abroad. It's not in Nigeria. Oh yeah. Make una come buy my stars. Oh. Someone say offering is mandatory. It has nothing to do with offering. It's not offering, no. Nothing like offering. If you they watch DSTV, you know they pay. And they ask una, if they watch Netflix, you know they pay. God bless you, Sugar Destiny. If they watch DSTV, you know they pay. So who is the guy that wants to talk? Have you seen him?
I think he left.
Person who wants share story can't go now. And it's not easy to find men. Okay. Let me just bring any guy that is available. Please, I need a guy who has experience. If you are living abroad, preferably. Because this matter concerns abroad. I don't want someone to call me from Ogbomoso to come and be giving me Ogbomoso experience. Ogbomoso experience is good, but it's not for today own.
Say she bring just so my people can go high. No, no, serious. Why my people can go high?
I don't see, Okay, Douglas, Dog Official. Is that the guy? Dog Official. Is that the guy? Okay. Is that the guy? So they here. Brother,
Hello, dear.
how far? Now you be the guy we get the story we want share.
Never. Never.
So we define person with one guy, they say his name na King.
Okay, yeah, let me quickly say this real quick. One of the problems that we have is sometimes the Nigerian community. If you have your family around the Nigerian community, it is very, very toxic. And they can actually ruin your marriage for sure. If you're letting your wife, I've been here in the US for quite some time with my family, and we don't hang out Nigerians. We can say hello, anything that has to do with their churches, doing whatever, they are gathering, they are very, very toxic. They claim to go to all the churches and everything. Trust me, they will look for one way or the other to come into your marriage and break your marriage so that they can actually have the opportunity to mock you and laugh at you. Most especially the ones that call themselves pastors. I don't want to be naming names. Here in California or here in Fresno where I live, I can actually name names. I just have to pull over real quick because I was driving. I can actually name names. Keep your family out of the Nigerian community if you want to have peace with your marriage. They are very, very dangerous. They can ruin your marriage. I always say this to everybody. If you just migrate to anywhere, keep your family to yourself 100%. You taking your business to other people outside, telling your friend or sometimes your closest friend can be the most dangerous person to you. They will give you advice in order for them to have the opportunity to laugh at you or mock you. That's what they do. 100%. Here in California, that not just only in California, even
It's worse in Houston. It's worse in Houston, not just
in
California.
Houston is the same thing. That is exactly what it is.
Exactly.
They are very, very toxic. They're looking for, they don't have any other thing because all their life is competition. The life they live is competition so that they can have the opportunity to mock you, have the opportunity to laugh at you. I think that's the problem those people have because they didn't know what was going on. Most especially the females. They'll come around and lie to you just to tear your family apart. I've been here in the US for a good 19 years.
Yes.
Myself, my wife, in fact, my entire family, we all live here. There is nothing like Nigerian gathering. Anytime we're doing anything, it's just within us here. My dad lives here. My mom lives here. My brothers and sisters and all of them, they all live here. My dad has a total of 19, I mean 21 grandchildren here. We all live here. Whenever we are doing anything strictly family, no other extended family is invited. We keep ourselves, keep whatever we're doing to ourselves. If everybody remains the same way and forget about all the umunete or whatever they call it, trust me, they will have peace. You can settle whatever, every family has issues. You can settle whatever issue you have with your family in your house without having anybody come
Somebody's
in,
about to get
raptured.
raptured.
Without looking for a second opinion. So that's all I have to say.
I guess
Keep the family out of the Nigerian community and that's it.
I guess
So the Nigerian community abroad is this toxic.
They are very, very toxic. 100%. Yes. All of them.
Yes.
All the tribe. All of them.
yes. See,
As in this not just Igbo or Yoruba. Or,
Very
I'm
toxic.
free. I live 1 hour away from where
All
I
of them.
stay. When I mean 1 hour, I mean I live 1 hour away from where Nigerian communities stay for this same reason. I barely go to the store, the African stores. For that reason, I barely cook our food because I go once in a blue moon. This is super true.
Ah.
I mean 120% true.
Exactly. They're the phrase that have been in America for good 19 years. No gathering, no Nigerian. You can have, in fact, you don't see Nigerians in my house.
You don't see.
Never. None. I brought my wife. My wife came from Nigeria. My first daughter was born in Nigeria. And
If I open my mouth and tell you the messages men sent to my ex when I used to live with him on how to treat me, a wife. If you see the messages fellow men were advising their fellow men, you will shed tears. That the Nigerian community all of them in my sanity. They are horrible.
Ah!
They are looking for where to. They might not come here to tell you truth. They are looking for where to mock you, and to their life is full of competition. When you
But you know the funny thing, at the end of the day, they know what they are doing.
They wear and everything. 100% they know what they're doing.
They know what they are doing.
They actually know what they're doing. 100%.
They super know what they are doing because I have a lot of experiences with them when it comes to things like that.
Excuse me, yeah. I agree 2,000% on what this brother has just said. You understand? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I agree 100% with what you have said. You know, in order to keep your marriage sane, in order to keep your marriage in this part of the world, you need to distance yourself from this toxic set of people.
You know, set of people, distance yourself from the Nigerian community. Keep your family,
especially if you have a family. Let me tell you something. If you have your family, take them off.
Something.
It's not
just the Nigerian community. It is. I'm partly Ghanaian too. Yeah. It's not just the Nigerian community, the Ghanaian community.
If you're watching on TikTok, please remember to send your gifts. Send your gifts on TikTok if you're watching. Big shout out to my top gifters. I can see you guys are really enjoying the topic.
You understand? I don't even listen to anybody because I don't. My face is not even down for anybody, and I don't live anywhere close.
Talkware, thank you so much.
Where I live, then your brain must be working. You understand? In order to live where I live, you know. So I'm far away from them. But one other thing is that, yeah, I understand that sometimes that people have differences in their home. There is no home that does not have any
differences.
There is no home that does not have differences. But you know, I think it's best for you to get used to not reporting your husband to people and not reporting your wife to people. Do you understand me? You don't report your husband or your wife to people, even in Nigeria. You don't carry your problem to your mother-in-law, and you don't carry your problem to your mother.
Absolutely.
They will never, because everybody will be biased. You understand?
So
it's best.
So Fola, you are telling people that if they have problems in their marriages, they should not seek their parents' advice.
No. It is best. I'm not saying that you should not seek your parents' advice, but it is best to keep it within between you and your husband, because there are biases. Do you understand me?
Of course, there will always be bias.
You understand? When you go start reporting your husband to his mom, or your husband goes to start reporting you to your mom, or you start reporting your husband to your sister, they will start having, you understand, biases against the
Special shout out to Chi My B, got me a money gun.
Sit down,
Miss J Choxy,
and if it's not working,
JS,
both of you, it's fine.
Miss J Choxy got me a money gun. Thank you so much. And House of Gold also got me a money gun. Big shout out.
House is a restaurant that you open. It's just wrong.
No, sometimes it's not about trooping in and out. What happens is this. You see that community of friends that you hang around with. A man's house is on fire. He's out there with those guys. You check those guys. You see that they have issues in one. I mean, look, it takes somebody who has it takes a happy person to make you happy. Anyone who is not a happy person, you can't be happy when you're a happy person. It takes you can't be happy around a bitter person. Okay? Now, you have something going on in your home, for example. and then you just leave the house because you're trying to cool off, and then you go and miss yourself in a group of people that have that don't have this. I mean, they have the same thing going on with them. Maybe they run away from theirs. What kind of advice are you seeking from them? They're not going to give you. They're not going to tell you something meaningful. They will still mislead you. Yeah. So how about you go to people who are happy? People who can tell you, okay, this is if you must go to somebody. How about you go to people who can be honest with you and tell you, okay, you have to go back home. When I was dating this guy, and it's like that thing, he had this friend that was just alone. He didn't have a girlfriend. In fact, his wife left him with the kids and stuff like that. He would always go to him. Most nights when if he needs to leave, he just look for any like that reason just to run out. You are a married man, 2 a.m. every day. You're out there hanging around lounges with your friend, and you have a.
Now, I need to give a big shout out to House of Gold. House of Gold got me a shuttle. I've never had a shuttle before in my life on TikTok. House of Gold, thank you so much. I know she's watching on Instagram and goes to gift me on TikTok. House of Gold, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Also, a big shout out to Akinwale Olawale Victor and Mohammed S. Ibrahim. They're enjoying the program so much they decided to gift me some money on Instagram because Instagram doesn't have badges or anything like that. Thank you so much, Akinwale Olawale and Mohammed S. Ibrahim, who sent very nice gifts. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And all of a sudden, somebody's buying me more money guns. Hannabelle underscore H, 2 money guns. Thank you so much, Hannabelle. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Okay, so let me bring a guy now, because there must be guys who are going through whatever it is that these people are talking about. And I'm so amazed. I never knew that having Nigerian family abroad could be this toxic. So I'm hearing all sorts of stuff and I'm particularly worried. So if I lived abroad, it would be wrong for me to mingle with the Nigerian community because they could actually put me inside a lot of trouble with my home. Wow.
You have to know the kind of friends you have. There's this Yoruba proverb that they say Tobaba Ajari.
Àgùntàn tó bá bá járin á jẹ̀gbẹ́.
Ajegbe. Thank you for correcting me.
Please, you make your friends, but I mean, just keep anything family-related issue away from it. Like I go for functions, functions once in a while, but I live far away from everyone. And the reason why I chose to live far away from everyone is because I am a woman. It's easy for me to go to the store. There's no time I step out there that I don't get people admiring me. So how many of them am I going to say no to? I'm going to come across people that are nice. I'm going to come across people that may be of help to me in one form or another. Before you know it, I start counting senses. I get to know a lot of them. And that's not what I want. If I were a man, I can stay there and mind my business. I mean, I would be the one to approach a woman. But I'm a woman. So the reverse is the case. So it's okay to attend functions if you're invited based on people you know once in a blue moon. But not dining and, throwing yourself in them. Because to be honest with you, they're no good. Their mind, they are full of competition. It's all about competition. Yeah. It's all about advice. They like to mistake. The funny thing is they won't even see a good opportunity and let you know about it. They barely tell you what to do to succeed. No, it's all about competition amongst themselves. It's not a good place, to be honest.
It really, it's not a good place. Because what do you gain?
Guys, if you are a man and you have experienced this level of jealousy before, if you're a man and you've experienced this level of jealousy before, can you send me a request? Let me bring you live, but just type first. In Nigeria, it's different. Abroad, people are worried. You see, everybody's competing with everybody else. So instead of them sharing good advice with you, you are surrounding yourselves by people who you think are your friends, but are nothing but parasites and vampires. So I do understand that. But I want to see if there are men Okay, DJ Smooth Paradox. Okay. I've sent you a request. Said, now strangers abroad go help you pass. Razak, let me also see if I can invite you.
Maybe you remove me so someone else can come in.
Okay, my darling Samaria, thank you so much. Thank you so much. DJ Smooth Paradox, how are you? Thank you so much. So let me bring Razak. Okay, let me see if Samaria truly left. Because sometimes you think they left, but Instagram will still be holding them back. Samaria, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, yes, she did leave. So let me send Razak a message. You know, there's one thing I always tell my wife. I'm like, I don't like crowd around myself. So I didn't even know that it was such a serious problem abroad.
Yeah, my husband tells me the same thing too. You know, he does not like it.
From what that last caller said, he said that avoid anywhere there are Nigerians, avoid your family abroad. The guy went in hard. Razak, how are you doing? All right, what is your...
This is the first time I've been on your page. I'm very happy. I'm super great.
I'm so happy to have you, sir.
I watch you almost every day.
Okay, so share your experiences, sir, because my battery is about to die, so I'm going to log out very soon.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
I live in New York City for the past 26 years now. I and my wife and all my beautiful kids.
Wow.
I don't have problem with anybody. I cruise with Nigerian community here. Even yesterday, we celebrated Mother's Day together. We serve the ladies at our congregation. My focus here is my life first. My daily life, my work, my job, my money, my kids, my wife. And my kids are doing so great. They're doing seriously great. They're one of the most important kids all over the world. Then I thank God so much. I've been married almost 28 years now. I got joy. Even 2 years ago, my daughter finished Columbia University. My second daughter, she's preparing to go to Ivy League school again. And I don't have problem with Nigeria. I was born and raised in Lagos Island. I already understand myself, my life. I know what I want. I cruise when people good or no good, it doesn't bother me. I know what I want. You have to have confidence in you before you're dealing with people. With that, you have no problem.
Okay. Can I come in?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so thanks for having me. I stay in the UK, like you know, and let's not mix a whole lot of things up. If anybody doesn't want to hear the truth right now, they better just turn off, right? Because I'm about to give it raw. A few things they said about the Nigerian community. That is partly correct. But the problem is not the Nigerian community. It's about the individuals and what they choose to do and how they choose to behave. I'm a DJ. I played a lot of parties, Nigerian parties most especially. And I see a lot of things that go on. So that aside, let's not float that issue about mixing up. It's okay to mix up with your people. It's okay. There's nothing bad in it. You're just going to have to learn how to control what you do, what you say, and where you go. I don't see the Asians having this problem. I don't see the Indians or the Pakistanis having this problem of socializing with their likes. That aside. Now, the issue with marriages breaking, I have experience of marriage breakup after 2 years. A lady that I dated for years in Nigeria, and I brought her here. And after 2 years, we were, it just it just went south quickly too. But it wasn't because she wasn't a good person. It was because she chose the path of whatever it is that she chose to do. I could not have called myself a saint then because I was probably just struggling myself. So the issues, let's not mix them up. Individual problems can make somebody choose not to be who they were. So people change. And the transformation within us as Nigerians is a lot more. So it's
Folaiton, send me a request. Let me bring you back. Folaiton, send me a request. Let me bring you back. I don't know what happened. I lost you for one reason or the other. Folaiton, send me a request. Let me bring you back.
So the women, you had some women on earlier. They can't actually speak on their situation and their experiences. We also do have other experiences. Women, Nigerian women, I vowed not to date a Nigerian again, ever again. I did.
As in, why? Why? What made you take such a vow?
Sorry?
What made you take such a vow?
Well, because Nigerian women seem to be a little bit more too smart for me. Let me put it like that. They're always coming to me with an agenda.
Oh, wow.
So that made me date more of the Southern Africans because they're a little bit more loyal, you know, the Sierra Leoneans. Having said that, though, I ended up marrying a Nigerian again, but it was a different kind of circumstance. You see? But for a very long time, for about 10 years, I would not date a Nigerian. A Nigerian woman. Because of that mentality. They come with a very strong mentality, aggressive mentality as well.
Continue.
So that's what. So for those that these men, I know some men.
Who is this?
You know.
I will, if I have a feedback for you, sir, I will call you. I'm live and you are disrupting my live. If I have any feedback at all, I will be the one to call you. I charge people to talk on the phone because the time I used to talk, I can respond to 20 text messages. So text, if I have any need to call you, I will call you. Thank you, sir. You are calling me, asking me for a favor, and then you are burning up my phone. And then at the end of the day, I'm not able to imagine once a call comes in, it disrupts all the lines that are working at the same time. It's so annoying. And I've told you, send me a message. It's not like you call me to ask me what's my account number, then I can be picking your call. Or you have a delivery for me. It is me, we do something for you, and then you want to kill me that wants to do the thing for you. Make sure they calm down. Please, if you're watching on TikTok, big shout out to everybody on TikTok. Thank you so much. Special request to everyone who made my day special. Hannabelle H, thank you. Chi, my B, thank you. Nkosana Ubukulu, thank you so much. Cha Cha Empire TV, thank you so much. Miss J Shockey, thank you so much. And special thanks today to House of Gold, who sent me a shuttle. I've never had a shuttle before. I want to see that again. Can somebody send me another shuttle at least before we close? So there was some other guy who said he wanted to come live. I just want to take one more story.
Explicit, I think.
Explicit. Okay. Yes, explicit vibes. All right. Remember, when you come to my live, you cannot use bad words. Some of you don't know some of you don't know that the S word is a bad word. You don't know. Some of you don't know that the F word is a bad word. You just use all of them. You think you can. No. You guys are giving me a lot of stress from community guidelines. So remember, your words must be clean. If you want to say intercourse, say it like intercourse. Don't try to say all those other things. So hello, my brother. Explicit vibes. Go ahead, sir.
Sorry. So this is my 2 cents, right? I listened to the ladies earlier, and the way that the freeze phrased the statement, saying that, you know, he's really alarmed about the fact that he's hearing that Nigerians should be stayed away from abroad. To tell you the truth, I've never had this experience most people are talking about, and
thank you so much.
It's kind of weird that we always see the negative about ourselves real quickly and we project it.
So in the US here, I've lived in Colorado, I've lived in Georgia, I'm currently in Texas. And I've always been in the presence of Nigerians, and put it that way. And one thing I notice about us is when we're abroad, we tend not to see race, culture, religion. Everybody's pretty much united. It's one thing I notice. I could be in the presence of an Igbo person, an Hausa person, a Yoruba person, and we're all cool like that. When it comes to marriages, I don't think it's fair for us to impose people's failures in their marriages on the community as an excuse. Like the lady said earlier, that if you go tell your marriage issues to somebody, why are you doing that in the first place? That's I always ask a question, like, don't do that. Because if you ask for something, you're going to get something in return.
Exactly.
Right? And there's a statement in Yoruba that yeah, you get my point. So if you are of the kind of nature of always filling out personal information, people are going to tell you all kinds of things from their own understanding of life.
Yeah.
And their understanding might be skewed, right?
Yeah.
And they're telling you that out of the honesty of their heart, because that's what they believe, and it might not be what is necessarily good for you. So I don't think it's a Nigerian community thing, because I will tell you the truth, the best experience I've had in the US has been amongst Nigerians, right? My first house that I bought, right, it was from a Nigerian realtor. My first house that I bought, right? Like, the first car I ever owned was co-signed for me by a Nigerian, a woman in my church, right? She helped me co-sign it. So I've had good experiences being around Nigerians. Right? I just don't want us to label the Nigerian community abroad as toxic, right? I feel that gentleman, the way he spoke from a place of personal hurt. That's why I talked about wanting to drop names. So somebody might have hurt him personally. That has nothing to do with the Nigerian community, I promise you. I used to belong to the Nigerian community, the Colorado Springs Nigerian community. We had the whole association. We used to do food drives. We go out to the soup kitchen. We give out stuff. It's really fun to be around them, right? We have end of year celebrations. We do Christmas parties, all that stuff. It's fun to be around them. Now, when it comes to marital issues, I believe it's a personal thing to the marriage. That's not to do with the community, because you could be anywhere. Anybody can give you any kind of advice. Have you looked at your own personality, your own character, your own behavior within your home, right? And you know how they say, misery loves company, right? Yeah. So when you are telling your issues like that, there are people that have similar things, and they just band together and they just say all kinds of things to suit or appease themselves, and they carry that into their marriages. So I wouldn't advise anybody to distance themselves from a Nigerian community, because it can be very lonely abroad. It can be very lonely. And the Western culture is a culture of mind your own business. So you can literally be in a city for a whole year plus and not have friends. And your next door neighbor, you probably have never spoken to each other before. The first time I spoke to my neighbor in a year was when his dog came through the fence into my compound. That was the first time we ever spoke. He's a white man. That is the way they live, right? And if you're a Nigerian and we associate, right? Who is the best person to associate? Your people. I get to my point. So I tend to dissociate myself with this ideology of avoid Nigerians. Because if you do avoid Nigerians, who are you going to associate with? That's another question.
DJ Smooth Paradox, let me hear you. You are still talking.
Okay, so I partly agree with my brother here, but I don't fully agree. There are a lot of Nigerians that I have associated with, and they have been toxic. And in the same vein, there have been some Nigerians that are exceptional, but you would always speak from your experiences or that which you have seen. So you can't assume. So I'm not going to assume that every Nigerian community will be bad, but I can tell you for a fact that a lot of them are toxic. I don't agree with the man earlier that said avoid them totally, but I do understand where he's coming from, because like I said, I mix up with a lot of Nigerians socially. I don't go hang out with them. We play at parties, so we know each other, but I don't go into their business, and I don't give them that opportunity to come into my business. I don't do church anymore as well. I did that extensively, and I got burned big time. Nigerian churches. So again, I don't want to associate myself with that kind of environment ever again. You see? And I would not let my child go through the same as well. I'm not saying everybody's bad, but I'm telling you that we as a people need to look at ourselves inwards and know that we have something in our head that isn't correct, that is just not right. And we need to have that mindset reset to help us in the future. Let's not try to paint anything good that is bad. Let's say it like it is. We got problems. And the problems come from us, from Nigeria, from our parents and our grandparents. We have problems. And if we don't face those problems and actually try to renew our minds, we will continue to paint, like a whitewash.
Let me say something. Smooth paradox. I live in an estate in Lekki. There is a guy in my close. We live in an estate. My house is not fenced. I'm sure you've seen one or two videos of taste buds walking and me following her in my estate. My estate is fenced, but my house is not fenced. Do you know I have a neighbor that I only greeted once, and I've lived here for 7 years? What happened that day? I have a convertible, and because convertibles have soft tops, if you park them under the shade, they tend to get moldy. So every week, like a religion, I have to drive my convertible to a sunny spot and open the convertible so that the interior can dry up so that there will be no mold.
Yeah.
So that particular day, where I usually park my car in the sun, some people had parked there, so I couldn't use that spot. So I parked in front of my neighbor's house. 2 hours later, when I felt that the car had collected enough sun, I went outside. I saw the guy had blocked me with his car. I went to knock his door to tell him to please, I'm so sorry I parked him. This was the only place I could get sun. Don't be angry. I don't know where that guy lives. I just know that once in a while he comes, once in a while he goes. The guy greeted her, came out, removed his car, removed my car, went to park. From that day till today, we have not spoken. Before that day, we have not spoken. So this whole idea of I don't talk to my neighbor. If you live in metropolitan Lagos, you will experience the exact same thing you are talking about abroad. And in my honest opinion, it is a good thing and a bad thing. And I'll tell you why. It's a bad thing because likewise, I have two very close neighbors. We quarrel about political parties, we gist, we have fun. We help each other. If I need something, I go to their house. If they need something, they feel free to come to my house. Do you understand? If I'm eating something, like there was a time we all came together and killed a ram to celebrate election being over, even though we all disagreed on the outcome of the election. But we sat down and we killed a ram together. So yes, there's that community bonding. But you see, there's also the advantage of parents and in-laws and siblings not just being able to barge into your house the way they do it in Nigeria. In Nigeria, I grew up with somebody, you hear a knock on the door, I open, I see one of your uncles, and he's going to stay for 4 months. And I didn't like it. There's too much invasion. I know a friend who was in her 30s, and her mother would just come and knock their door. Me, if my mother was at my age, I should be able to have a party where they will be smoking shisha. Even though I don't do shisha personally, I don't like it. But at my age, I should be able to have. So imagine my mother just comes to boss me on a day they're having a party and there's shisha everywhere. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
I should be able to do some things that on a day my mother is coming, I'll be able to say, okay, you know what? Let me arrange myself a bit. I shouldn't just wake up one day and see my mother at my door.
Yep.
Some people think it's okay. I think it is wrong.
Yep.
I think it is very bad. Parents don't know how to give children privacy. For me now, for my mother to come and visit me, if she doesn't tell me she's going to visit me, nobody open the gate for her. You people see me here sending code to the gate to open gate for suya and things I ordered. Till you are here live, you'll be seeing me do it.
Yeah.
And when I said it to my friend that I said, this thing your mother just came to your house unannounced, it's not a good thing. On my turn fight, to my friend said, no, it's my mother, she can come to my house anytime. And everybody that was there agreed. Me, my mother comes to my house, I will clear them. Partly because I am also half European. I do not accept the Nigerian culture wholeheartedly. There's also a bit of Europeanness that makes sense. I can't just wake up one day and show up at my auntie's house. Do you understand me? The way they even treat you, you know that there's something wrong. You have to inform people, respect their privacy. I remember when I was in Romania once, somebody came to visit my cousin. I was coughing. My cousin's mother cleared the person that, if you have a cough, stay in your house. Why are you coming to my house with a cough? You understand? Abroad people have a way they look at life, and it is not entirely wrong. I remember growing up, we used to have one auntie. My grandmother went to visit them, and my auntie cleared my grandmother. I said, why didn't you write letter? That time there was no phone. There was phone, but my grandmother didn't have a phone. She said, why didn't you write a letter and post it that you are coming? If you see the way my father and his other brothers tore that my auntie apart. Then they now asked me, said, Karim, I said, I think she did the right thing. Why is she coming without writing a letter? They looked at me, they said, oh, go, hello, go. And my answer to my parents, anytime they say I was dumb, is, hey, I'm still going to be more stupid. If people think I'm stupid now, don't worry. I'm going to be much more stupid, because all these things where people think is sense, to me is nonsense. So if you think I'm stupid now, wait until tonight, girl. I mean, how Casey takes sing that song. So, hold on. So we also need to understand that, in as much as our cultures and ideologies are good, and the foreign cultures and ideologies are not understood and accepted by us, we must still learn that there's a lot about our culture and our traditions that are very invasive. People have no privacy, even financial privacy. You make money, it is assumed that it is family money.
Yeah.
You understand? A friend of mine's father told him that how could he spend money on a foreign degree, because he was going abroad to get a degree, when his younger brother needed money and he did not give him. The guy had to ask his father, said, now me born the boy or now you born him? If I know if you give him, why you no give him? So there is no abroad, you can't try it. Your mother cannot come and meet your brother and say you are not helping your brother. It is impossible. Abroad, your mother, I was watching Judge Judy. A girl used her mother's credit card to go and do liposuction. They asked her why. Said her mother was living in her house rent-free. The fact that somebody is living in your house does not mean you can go and use their credit card. Nigerian mother could ask you for loan, say, Olaiton, borrow me 500K. You borrow her. Then she'll say, I'll pay you back in a month. Then 2 months later, mommy, you've not given me my money. Am I not the one that carried you? Drank my breast. I carried you in my stomach. So we also need to take a look at all these things. And yes, everybody here has a point. Both the people believe that, I roll a lot with the Nigerian community abroad, maybe because I don't live there. And one thing with me is I am the king of boundary setting. My wife will tell you, I set boundaries for my children have boundaries. My children where I born, my son cannot just wake up and barge into my room. What if I'm doing something that is not his business at that time? My mother, I give everybody in my life boundaries. The only person that does not have boundaries is my wife. Everybody in my life has boundaries. So when I relate with you and I put boundaries, it's hard for you to offend me. You might annoy me, but there's nothing me and you are going to do that we join money together. So most traditional men don't set boundaries. So when you go abroad and you don't have boundaries, people come to your house anyhow. Eh? You don't have any boundaries. I said you're the only one that doesn't have boundaries. So that's my take. The gentleman wanted to talk. Are you waiting me? Your name.
The question was
Explicit. Yes, go ahead.
in relation to the topic about divorce and marriages. Like I still don't understand the correlation between the Nigerian community and people getting divorced. Because just like you said, you should know how to set boundaries. Are you getting my point? Because there's another Yoruba saying that "Togi Yoruba lanu."
Alangba ole wobe.
I don't see why we are making this a Nigerian community thing, like it's causing the people to.
Yeah, but you're missing the, sorry, bro. You're missing their point. Their point is that there are influences that exist within those communities that affect you in your relationship at home.
You know what, DJ? DJ, you are both saying the same thing. If the wall does not open his mouth, lizard cannot enter. That's Togiri Obalano Alangba Olewobe. It's a Yoruba proverb. Now, if you carry your life and go and give the community and you don't set boundaries, you cannot dictate how they will react.
Yeah,
you may set boundary as a man or as a woman. Your partner may not set boundaries. So you will be fighting a proxy war. You see, so
he does have a point there, dude.
The best thing to do is to just stay away and not get yourself into that mix, because that could be toxic for you. You see. So
all right, Olaito wants to say something, and people are asking for my account. It is pinned there, 100-131-7326. If you're enjoying the topic, if you're watching on TikTok, remember to send me money guns, and my top gifters will be specially appreciated today. Sadly, nobody is buying my stars on Facebook. I'm not happy with Facebook people, and all of you watching on Instagram that refuse to go to Facebook. You want me to start crying now? Okay, Folaito, over to you.
You see, I agree with what they're all saying and what you said. One thing about marriage, I'm not a god with marriage. Everybody has, like I said earlier on, everybody has their ups and downs in marriage, but there should be an understanding between the both of you, yeah, that you are not going to start saying your matter outside, up and down. You because if it gets into the wrong ears, as long as you keep hearing the same chat about how women are liberated in this country, how women have the power in this country, how women are this, how women are that, how women are this, you will, at some point, you tell your husband, guy, you cannot come and do anything to me, I'll drive you out. It happens. I just feel that women should, and men, because it's not just only women who go through this, men too go through this too. You should learn to set boundaries. And that's not just your family, it's your friends too. What you say to them and what you hear from them. If you are that kind of woman that when they tell you things, you start seeing all the fake things that they do, you follow them too. But if you're a woman or a man that you're you understand, you will know how to hold your relationship. So I strongly agree that with explicit that if you roll with the right crowd, you will not have any toxicity around you.
Let me tell you a story. Yeah. When I first moved to Lagos with my ex, we stayed in an estate called Dolphin Estate. There's the duplex side of Dolphin Estate, and then there's the flat that looks like a police barracks. We stayed in the flat. She had a friend called Patience. And I remember one day, there was a woman that was selling things. The woman that was selling, I'm talking about 2002. She told my ex that be careful with this girl, because my friend and my ex and the girl were getting very chummy. I'll come home, it's not like now. You get the way I go come house now, see the same woman in my house every night with taste buds. One day I go clear and go turn war, because I know where I'm coming from with that kind of behavior. And I remember the woman telling my ex that girl is not, she should be careful with the girl. My ex came to report to me. Me at that time, I looked, waiting concern the woman. You understand? My ex now went to tell the girl. The girl now went to fight that woman. In 2014, when my ex was coming to pack her load, finally, she came with her patience. It took about 11 years, but it was when she came with that I now remembered. Guess what? The patient too is divorced. I saw her husband when they said, I saying to they don't tear and divorce. So sometimes you need to understand that there are people who love having a huge community of friends. At a point in my life too, I also had a huge community of friends. Because I'm in not a new relationship, but a newish relationship. And I must have learned something from my old relationship.
Yeah.
One of the things I learned is the fewer people that know about your matter, the better.
Exactly.
I used to talk freely in front of this same lady. And when I go, my ex will make certain comments later on that I realized that she and that lady tabled that matter, that conversation we had. There were things that same lady used to say about me. And my ex would jabber am. And I go just look and say, why is someone like this your friend? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it took me a long while, but you see, guess what? I also had I didn't have toxic friends. I never had friends that used to advise me, but my ex was suspicious of all my friends. She just felt that they were all advising me, that they always carry babe. Even the ones that used to warn me those days that, look, as a man, you have to put your family first. Yeah. Even those ones, they won't call everybody, Morogani, everybody was giving me bad. And to be honest, I don't be the kind of person where they advise. I stop on gone. But I can see the wisdom in isolating yourself and your family to protect yourself. There is plenty wisdom there. Anybody who has been in when I made marriage, you can be in a marriage for 15 years, the two of you are waiting to divorce. There are some couples that they are just waiting for the last child to go to university, made a divorce. But there are some people that are very good at camouflaging. Growing up, my papa go dey vex with you, no go talk anything. He go wait till the day where you need to talk. Meanwhile, my mother would vex and shout. I'm like my mom. I know they carry things for me. Once I don't shout for you, curse you don't end. But my dad, on the other hand, no go say anything. Go wait 10 years. So there's different types of people. There are people who working. But meanwhile, now they fight, but they cover them. They go church together. They will do what they need to do together, but they are not friends. Sometimes as bad as they are competing against each other. So you will see what seems to be a perfect marriage. The moment they get to the UK or the last child, the children are no longer liabilities. You picking when don't enter university. Mama fi stay this house, Papa fi stay this house. How much time are you going to spend in the house? Is it not when you come home from university for 2 weeks? You are already on your way you are getting a boyfriend. If they give you 1 month break, you go to look for how you go spend 2 weeks with your boyfriend, the rest for house. You go to find lie. We have project, we have practical. Am I lying? So some parents actually wait for their last kids to grow up or finish university or start university, and then we wondered that daddy and mommy, what happened? You guys were seem cool. Yes, they were tolerating each other. So I mean, happy marriages, somebody will tell you, is no third parties. And third parties include community.